Yeah, my man T is checking his phone because we are just going video after video after video after video, and I know it's twisting him. But what the great part about this is going to be the review for the 2009 Children of the Corn movie, and the more aggravated he gets, the funnier it's going to be for me listening to his opinion of the film. So, Children of the Corn 2009, just happened to see it there. I didn't know that they'd made a remake at any point, which is, we're talking 11 years after this came out, and I had no fucking idea. I watched the original months ago, and, you know, it is what it is. They've never really treated Stephen King films very well, especially the horror films. The new It series was probably the exception to that rule, even though I really think they shit the bed with part two. Yeah. You know, I don't. Part one was so good. I had such high hopes for part two, and no. But this isn't about it. This is about Children of the Corn. So I, for one, you know, Children of the Corn is based on a short story by Stephen King. I don't know if I've ever read that short story. I've read many of his novels. Yeah, it was many of his Night Shift, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if I've read that one. I don't even know if I have Night Shift downstairs. I probably do. Downstairs is where I have my library. But anyway, you don't remember how the story went.
No, not at all.
So I will tell you that this one is different. Completely different.
Well, and let's just put that out there right now. Stop making these piss poor fucking remakes of classic movies, because you're taking this creative liberty of, oh no, this isn't how it should have been written. It's been written in the fucking book for how many goddamn fucking years?
Well,
but these people, oh no, like that fucking piss poor piece of shit remake of Pet Sematary that had nothing to do with the original story, other than the people come back to life. There's only fucking thing that they had to do with the original fucking story, and it's like you're taking great stories, you're taking great classic movies, and
Pet Sematary was one of the few Stephen King movies that was even though it was low budget, was done well. Yeah, that and Christine, I think, was done well for a low budget movie. Right.
So to me, you know, you're taking these liberties like you know better, and you just come out with this fucking horrible movie.
That's the way it always is, bro.
So, the way Children of the Corn.
Me personally, I'd like to see, especially if you're going to do a comic book movie, take something like The Crow. I personally would love to see it done frame by frame, comic book perfect, which you could do because basically they storyboard everything in movies, right? These are storyboards. Well, there's your storyboard. Right. Page 1 to page whatever, there's your storyboard of the whole film. Fill in the blanks where you have to with a little bit of action or what have you. Right. Leave the dialogue, leave the characters alone. Don't Faramir a fucking character like they did in Lord of the Rings, where they completely changed the person's personality. That fucking twisted me to no end. To this day, still breaks my fucking balls. And I remember George going, well, you know, but he's a human and the ring corrupts him. Motherfucker, J.R.R. Tolkien didn't think it fucking corrupted him. Right. He's a motherfucker that created it. Right. He created the whole fucking universe. Right. Leave it the fuck alone. Right. You know? That's my point. As you were saying, sometimes people think they know better. Right. So, you know, the basic premise of the movie is children have...
No, you know, I tell you, there's a bunch of fucking spoiled brats like millennials that want to do whatever the fuck they want and not have parents be able to discipline their ass, and then this is what fucking happens. So, I make a very good analogy, that these little motherfuckers are the ones that riot and protest and do all this stupid horse shit.
Well, let's roll it back, though. Children of the Corn, there is a supernatural element to it, and it is based on religion and religious zealotry.
You hardly get that in this new movie.
That's true.
You hardly get that. At the very end, you're like, wait, what the fuck? What Evil Dead's going on? Right. What in the wide world of Evil Dead is going on with these fucking vines?
You get a bare glimpse at the evil, the actual godlike evil that exists in this world. Right. At the very end of the movie, but up until then, I think it was just somebody's, you know, love song. Yeah. Religious zealotry.
Right, maybe, exactly, yeah.
You know, because that's basically how it came off. Yeah. You know, a bunch of religious zealotry, children being the religious zealots and taking over. It's set in the 70s, the mid-70s. They destroyed a beautiful fucking car.
Yeah. That was a real tragedy, the whole fucking movie, yeah.
You know, and I gotta say, like, the guy's wife was just so overbearing. Like, I couldn't with her. Like, I was just annoyed to the ends of the fucking earth. with that woman.
Yeah, there was not a tear shed when she caught it.
Nope.
That's a goddamn sure.
But yeah, as far as the movie itself goes,
it was pretty boring, man. Like a lot of just dry.
A lot of her just it was just
a lot of them arguing and bitching.
Right, watching the wife take a giant shit on her husband until she fucking dies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just continuing to shit on him. No redemption. No, you know, I'm sorry moment. No, you know, hey, you know, I'm wrong, kind of thing. She was. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how he could deal with her.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they didn't even really. I don't even remember if they said why they were traveling cross country. I believe it was like he was. You know, they were really relocating for a job or something along those lines.
But it really just seemed like the movie kind of just had no cohesion. Like it just.
Yeah. For as much as I don't think the original was great, the original was definitely better than this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely better than this one. I don't remember the story, so I can't tell you which one was actually closer to the book or the short story.
Well, but here's the thing. Neither of them really were. Because the short story is about 10, 20 pages. So even the first movie had to take a lot of creative liberty to fill up a movie.
Well, you know, like I'll say this: you really never know, because sometimes you know, you can take a short story and make a film out of it without taking too much creative liberty. Because if you read a novel, most novels, even the short ones,
sometimes ramble.
But even the short novels, to do a novel justice on the big screen, it would take hours upon hours and parts upon parts. You know. Like The Lord of the Rings was one book, but it was split into 3 films.
No, Lord of the Rings, 3 different books, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Never mind. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. All right, The Hobbit.
Right, that was one book.
Short book.
Yeah, yeah.
And they still managed to split it up into 2 long-ass movies, and they missed a whole bunch of shit in those movies.
Yes, they did.
They just completely cut out a whole bunch of cool stuff.
And cool characters, too. I don't think Tom Bombadil
was not at all. Not at all. So... Again, I don't have a problem taking a short story and turning it into a film per se, because, you know, you can keep the film to an hour 20, an hour 30, and you'll probably be able to cover most of what's in there. Whereas, you know, an hour 20 or an hour 30 for a movie, if you're basing it on a novel, you may not hit.
Yeah,
you got to cut a lot of it out, and then they do editing also, you know, because for redundancy, what they consider redundancy or slow parts, or to move the story along, and based on audience reactions.
And that was fucking slow. That was a slow ass movie.
This movie was real slow.
A fucking slow ass movie.
The last 20 minutes of the movie was probably the only part worth watching. You know, but yeah, that's.
And there was something creepy about. Yeah, anyhow, never mind. If you watch the movie, you see.
Well, there's definitely something creepy about.
Children.
Creepy little kids.
And children having sex.
You know? Oh, that's just disgusting.
That's just disgusting. I don't know where that came from, why that had to be in there.
But that's a Stephen King thing, man. Stephen King is fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy his writing, but the same shit in it. Like, there's... Like,
when she got passed around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't understand it.
It's just, it's not necessary.
No. And it does nothing for me.
You
know?
No, but apparently there's a whole flight log of people that does do shit for, so... You know, so I guess just So I just because it don't do nothing for us, I guess don't
did not kill himself.
Did not kill. No.
He definitely didn't kill himself.
Did not. So, yeah, I mean, again, if you're bored, you know, I would definitely watch Tricked before I subjected myself to this.
Honestly, if you were bored, I'd actually watch the original, the older Children of the Corn
before this
whatever
shit,
it is, 1980 something.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Before this one.
Yeah,
I think
this was.
I think that's the superior movie. Again, I don't even know if I read the short story. I know you did, but you don't remember.
I don't remember.
So I couldn't tell you which one is closer. But it's definitely the superior film.
I mean, granted, in terms of short stories, it definitely wasn't one of Stephen King's stories that stick in your mind. Right. You know, like there was a bunch of short stories in Night Shift and in Nightmares and Dreamscapes that you actually like. That would be a cool fucking movie. That's a great story. Children of the Corn wasn't one of them. Kind of like Graveyard Shift. That wasn't a good one either. They made a fucking horseshit movie out of that too.
Oh, that movie was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But again, they spend about $17 on a Stephen King movie normally.
Right.
You know, Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, And
people didn't even know Shawshank was Stephen King for the longest fucking time.
Right. So they did a Hearts in Atlantis movie, didn't they?
Yes.
I haven't watched it. I have the book. Still haven't read it. Just I was just like, I'm going to read this. He's too prolific a writer, and there are too many other things that he writes that I want to read.
Right.
So it's sitting there. Eventually, I'll read it.
Right. But anyhow, we digress.
Yeah.
Very to me, that was boring as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
That's gonna get it. That's gonna get about a 2 only because of the last amount of violence.
I'm going with you're going 1.5 stars, man. Yeah. I really can't. Like I don't shut off movies generally, and I don't like shutting off movies if I start it. Same thing with a book. If I start it, I will fucking finish it to the end, like The Shining.
It's boring as fuck.
Shining is boring as fuck until you're 3/4 of the way through the book.
Right.
And if I were the kind of person to put it down,
you never would have made it to the last quarter of the book.
I wouldn't have made it very far at all.
Yeah.
But I will power through, because I don't want to judge something based on the first few minutes.
Right.
Like, same reason, going back to our haunt experiences, same reason when we went to Jason's Woods.
Oh, Jesus.
You wanted to you were just like, let's just fucking go. This place is fucking, and I was like, nope. We are going through every fucking place, and we're doing everything in this place.
Yep.
Because if we're going to review you, we're going to review
everything.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shit on you based on 1 or 2 things.
No, but I got to say that was the one place where my intuition was spot the fuck on.
That was fucking terrible.
Terrible.
Always innovators and never imitators.
And you know what? If you motherfuckers start imitating, maybe we'll check you out again one of these years.
Maybe.
But
all right.
Okay. I'll end with this. I'll end with this. I'll end with this. I would rewatch The New Children of the Corn before I went to fucking Jason's Woods again.
Wow.
And that's saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So take that for what it is worth, my friends.
It is definitely for us. It is definitely not worth the drive.
Yeah. So, all right. Hopefully you guys had a great Halloween, and if you go to Haunt tonight, enjoy, and we will give you our take on what we do tonight too. If we really do Hotel Horror or something else or whatever, but that's
nothing in my fucking magic 8 ball over here. Nothing that says we're not going.
All right.
So as far as I'm concerned, we're going. So it'll at least give you a parking lot review, if not a full review of Hotel of Horror.
Yep.
It'll probably be on the shorter side. But.
Yeah. And then we will talk to you guys soon.
All right. See you.